All right, welcome back to Dual Realm Book Review YouTube channel. This is going to be our second episode of doing our little book interviews. So, what are we doing today, Andy? What are you presenting?
I read Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. The Goodreads has it as a 4.1. Let's see. I gave it 5 stars overall. I really liked this book. The year is 2380, and the graduating cadets of Aurora Academy are being assigned their first mission. Star pupil Tyler Jones is ready to recruit the squad of his dreams, but his own boneheaded heroism sees him stuck with the dregs nobody else in the academy would touch. A cocky diplomat with a black belt in sarcasm, a sociopath scientist with a fondness for shooting her bunkmates, a smartass tech whiz with the galaxy's biggest chip on his shoulder, an alien warrior with anger management issues, and a tomboy pilot who's totally not into him, in case you were wondering. And Ty's squad isn't even his biggest problem. That'd be Aurora O'Malley, the girl he's just rescued from interdimensional space. Trapped in cryosleep for 2 centuries, Ari is a girl out of time and out of her depth. But she could be the catalyst that starts a war millions of years in the making, and Tyler's squad of losers, discipline cases, and misfits might just be the last hope for the entire galaxy. They're not the heroes we deserve. They're just the ones we could find. Nobody panic.
That kind of sounds fun.
It is. It was a very fun read. So I listened to it on audio.
Nobody panic.
Nobody panic. But that's like, I don't know how, but they made like potential interdimensional warfare fun and funny. So the characters are hilarious throughout the book.
Fun, exciting, funny.
And like it really is a band of misfits that got stuck together in a spaceship. And they're just trying to figure their stuff out because they're all young, so like 17, 18 graduates. So just graduated from the academy. Lovable, like super relatable characters. Each of them has like this major red flag. Okay, time out.
Let me ask some questions.
Okay.
You go. I know you get used to talking, and I can tell you like this book. So, all right, let's start from the top. Tell me about the main themes and tropes of the book first.
Main themes, definitely like found family. The main themes are like the star puper Tyler Jones. He like he did everything right, like complete straight arrow, never got in trouble, but missed the draft, which is where he gets to select his like crew. So he ends up with these 5, I think it's 5, and then how many ever crew members that nobody else wanted. And the other like tropes are kind of like hidden power, found family. There is a little bit of fated mate, but it's very light. There's not a ton of romance in this, although they are definitely teenagers. So it's still on their mind a lot.
Yeah.
But not super spicy in any way. And I would also put it in like coming of age kind of themes. Because they are all trying to figure out where they fit in this group and in the like whole intergalactic warfare scenario. And they're trying to just figure out like
where they fit in the galaxy.
Yeah, like who's lying to them, who's on their side. They're just trying to figure it out. And it is a great read. I listen to it as an audiobook, and the audiobook is fantastic. So if you are an audiobook person, or even if you're just kind of on the fence on them, the audiobook is fantastic. They have a full cast, so each character has a different voice actor.
Okay.
Um, and it's
Mhm.
also multi-point of view. Um,
Okay.
so each one of those
Tell me
main
about.
six, you really get an inside look at their thought process, which gives so that goes into another potential question you have. But what's your next question?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I could talk for
You
a
skipping
while.
ahead. World build. How much world building am I looking at reading about?
So I would say they are very good at not making it an info dump, but giving you all of the
Okay.
world building in a way that is fun and engaging to read. Because sometimes it can be just like so and so of like, no, it's not like that. But there's definitely a lot of world building because
Um,
this is like so
I was
far in
gonna
the
say,
future.
like, on a scale of.
Good.
I was gonna ask, like, on a scale of like Tolkien world building to like rom com, like no world building. Where would you put it?
So I would put it's definitely a lot closer to Tolkien than rom com.
Okay.
Um, because there's between the academy and the other places that they visit in the book, um, they're having to build whole places out of no expectations from the reader's perspective. So there is quite a bit of world
Hmm.
building, but it's delivered in a way that um, doesn't drag it down, doesn't like hold up the story for you to be able
Okay.
to imagine this
Yeah.
place, um, which is good. It's definitely on like similar
Yeah.
to like Brandon Sanderson's, like where you just in reading the book you learn about the world
You get the story.
more. Yeah, at the same time, like it's not um, just no info dumping in the whole thing. And I read this
Okay.
book and relatively
Good.
quickly because it was so good.
Okay. So that gets us into our next question, which is pacing.
Yeah, so this is definitely like a fast-paced, action-packed story. So I definitely on like the uh, Star Trek, um, like Marvel movie level of like action, where there's things going on
Okay.
almost the entire time.
Almost.
Um,
All right. What about emotional impact? Am I gonna be crying, laughing?
there's definitely going to be some tears. Definitely a little bit, given
Okay.
especially how lighthearted most, or not lighthearted, but like fun and sarcastic a lot of the characters are, and there's so much witty banter in between the characters, like um, that that I did not see the ending coming, um, and I definitely cried. But thankfully,
Okay.
there's book two.
So tearjerker for sure.
A little bit, a little bit.
um. So tell me about the main characters. Are we looking at super detailed, in depth? Are we looking at shallow?
The six or seven main characters are very in depth, multifaceted. You get to see, and especially because it is that multi point of view, you get to see their thought process and how they like are their perspective on what's going on and how things are happening. Um, and you really get to see why these guys were the bottom of the barrel. You know, it wasn't because they
Hmm.
weren't good at what they did. They had some other thing that made everyone else go, but they really become
Yeah.
like this unit that is. exceptionally good at what they do, which is really cool to see
Okay.
them go from these misfits to the badasses that they think they want to be.
Saving the world.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think you got me excited about reading this book.
Yeah, I
Any
was
other
thinking
tidbits?
too.
Anything else you want to
Oh,
add?
things that it is similar to. So Star Trek, and then also if you like The Expanse, but it's a little too much in areas, then this is also a really good one. If you like that type of story, the sci-fi, Star Trek.
Sci-fi. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That sounds good. Like I said, you got me excited about reading it, so I think I'm gonna be picking that one up. Um, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so like and comment, follow along or subscribe to our channel. We're gonna be doing more of these little book interviews.
Mhm.
I guess that's what we'll call it, a book interview, because that's essentially what we're gonna do. We're gonna interview the book, figure out what its main themes, tropes,
Oh
it
yeah, let it.
just more about the book as a whole outside the synopsis.
Mhm.
What were you gonna say?
And let us know if there's any books that you'd like us to cover. So comment.
Mhm. Absolutely. All right. Yep. Comment and share. We will be back next week. Bye, guys.